Bit excited today because we're going to go and get me some art material and also jewellery making material. Lots of things to buy because basically I left everything at home, well, home in Australia, gave it away, sold it. So I'm pretty much restocking. So there are 3 shops nearby in San Javier, so we're going to go and have a look at those to see what they've got. Got my driver here. We've got 1 car and we've only got 1 driver named on it because the insurance and what have you is a bit too expensive for 2 of us. So I've got Jeeves. Say hello, Jeeves.
Hello, Jeeves.
Moving from Australia over to Spain meant that I had to let go of most of my art and craft materials because I simply didn't have the room in my suitcases, and the weight allowance in the box and the amount of space in the box that was being sent over to me just meant that there was very, very little that I could actually bring over with me into Spain to where the boat is, which is where my husband and I are now living. And also the only space really that I have to store things is in this cupboard. So in here I've already got I've got the things that I was actually able to bring. My shells and beach glass that I've already found, and my Dremel drill, which is something that is really valuable and useful, both for what I'm doing here with you know, making holes in beach glass to hang as pendants, but also it's going to be really useful for just fixing things on the boat. So apart from that, I was basically left with having to buy a whole new set of art materials and also crafting materials for making jewellery. So my little journey the last couple of weeks while Baz and I've had a hire car has been to look for arts and crafts shops in and around the area where our boat is moored. I thought it would be simple, but it's actually turned out to be quite difficult to find proper art suppliers. In Australia there's a place called Spotlight that just sells everything. So the Google search turned up a few arts and crafts places that we went to, and as you'll see, didn't produce much at all. Well, that was disappointing. That last shop only had artist stuff for students really, so very basic materials, but we did get a ream of paper for the printer, so we got something, but it looks as if the search continues. In the end I did manage to get a few things from what they call Chinese bazaars here, which in Australia they're called $2 shops, or a bit like Gone Bonkers, which is another Australian shopping line. I went back to Google and did a wider search, and there's a city about 45 minutes drive away from here called Murcia, and there was actually an art supplies there in a very large, beautiful new shopping complex. Okay, I found Cobalt, or Cobalto, which is the art place in Murcia, and from just the window it looks like I've come to the right place. So let's have a look, see what they've got.
Are you set?
Yeah, I'm set. I'm set. Whew. So I can paint. I can paint, I can draw, I can do all that kind of stuff. Still haven't got any crafting stuff because they are purely for artists, but their stuff is beautiful. And I've got a really nice little compact easel, which is great, which goes on the desk, and it's got some paints in it. So without saying any more, what I'll do is I'll lay everything out on the bed that I've purchased over the last couple of days, and you can have a look. Okay, so this is what I've managed to get myself over the last couple of days. Doesn't look like much, but all in all it's cost about 220 euros. So these things here are what I got from the Chinese bazaar that I was telling you about. These, I really couldn't stand the thought that I might not be able to paint if I couldn't find proper art supplies, so I got some cheap paints there, both watercolour and acrylics, and then I got some mixing boards. That tray I'll use to make my jewellery on. I got this from IKEA. It's a lovely wooden board, and that's going to be great for also making my jewellery on. I've got 4 little canvases for now. I'm just going to stick to small paintings because that will be easy for me to store and also easy for me to mail. I also found some finings so that I can make more reasonably priced jewellery for you know, with shells and things, with just silver tone finings. I've got some little beads. I've got some good strong glue. This is going to be a project that I make and put up on YouTube for you guys because I'm going to be making a macrame hanging basket for the fruit. These are some lovely coloured wires to make jewellery with and some elastic. When I found the art shop in Murcia, this is where I got all the good stuff, I got some really nice quality acrylics and some modelling paste, which gives you a nice thick texture. I got some lovely permanent marker pens with different nibs, and of course the all-important paint brushes. So there's a variety there of round and flat brushes, and one of these little doodads, I can never remember what that's called. From a hardware shop I got one of these. It just enables me to hit the metal if I need to without actually damaging the silver. And then I got some beautiful quality paper for acrylic and watercolour, and also watercolour pencils too. But the babiest baby of them all is my little easel. Look at this. It's a desktop easel, and it folds down really easily. And you can, you know, I can store paints and things in there, and it locks together like this, and I can carry it with me. So if I want to do a painting on a beach or something, but it's so easy to put up. I love it, absolutely love it. So easy to put up, I can't do it. There we go, that's what I need. So this is going to be fabulous to work on. It's a really good size for the canvases that I've purchased, and also even the artist pads that I'm using there. And it'll be easy to fit onto the table up on deck. Everything I've got is making me really happy. This is my happy face. I'm so happy. I felt when I gave all my things away, I'm glad that I gave them away, and they've gone to really good homes, to people that are going to use all of the art materials. But I really felt as if I was giving a part of my soul away, because it was, I've always been an artist. From when I was little I used to draw and paint, and so I felt a little bit like a fish out of water, even though I'm on a boat, when I came here without anything to make anything with. I started to get a little bit stir crazy as well, which isn't a good thing. So finding these, there are still some crafting materials that I want to get. I'll get those on eBay and from my silversmith supplier online, but I can now paint. I've got everything I need to paint. I just love this. So do like and subscribe, and remember to press the little bell icon, and that way you will get updates of future videos when they come out, because I'll be making lots of things now with beach glass, with shells, and beach and water inspired paintings, and I'll be showing you lots of different techniques, including macrame to, you know, hang things with and what have you. And please leave comments. I love to receive comments. It's great to get your feedback, and I love to hear the projects that you've been inspired to make as a result of watching anything that I've put on video for you. So until the next video, really enjoy your own creative process. This is Aannsha. See you soon.